the St. Thomas Healthcare had a contract for some of our special needs children who were being housed at Seaview, at a section of Seaview.
The healthcare management declared a state of emergency when they stated they could not feed 14 children placed in their care, nor pay staff members, and as such, they returned custody of the youths to Human Services.
The Commissioner of Human Services, as well as the CEO at St. Thomas Healthcare, were in constant dialogue. So ultimately what happened with regards to dropping the children at our doorsteps was something that we never expected. And it happened. And we regret that it had happened and that it had come to that, because we would never, not for the dollars involved or anything else, put our children at risk no matter what.
Carol Burke, the public relations officer at Human Services, stated that the department was already in the process of settling contracts and rendering payments to the Department of Property and Procurement.
It was a process that takes place. We as a government we don't just cut checks here at the Department of Human Services, but once we have identified the areas and the deliverables with regards to what was contained in the contract and the payment was approved, there's a process.
St. Thomas Healthcare Management stated that their employees are without health insurance, but most importantly, the contractor stated that they do not have liability insurance at this time. But Human Services stand on the grounds that neither them nor any other client of the management group should be held responsible.
In my humble opinion, that goes directly to the business itself and the manner in which you run your business. Certainly if you're running a business such as that, you had better make sure that just as you pay your electricity and everything, cover all your expenses, that when your liability insurance comes up, that you're able to do that.
The children returned to the care of the St. Thomas Healthcare Management operating at Seaview on Wednesday evening, and Ms. Burke maintained that Human Services has already processed payments to the contractors and was prepared to render service.
We're only happy to say that the issue is resolved, and the fact that they received the check the very next day, having explained to you the process that takes place, it shows you that it was in progress and that what was done didn't need to be done.
Further, Ms. Burke expressed that Human Services is responsible for the well-being of many residents, both adult and youth, and that they work with a number of entities and nonprofit organizations daily to address the needs of their working partners. For News 2, I'm Stephanie Chalana Brown.